Welcome back and welcome to the practice to work with wind element. So in this practice, we're going to soothe and calm wind element and help it to move in a healthy and rhythmic direction in the body. Let's go ahead and close our eyes for a moment. Feeling your sit bones against the floor, so we're connecting again with that grounding, supportive quality of earth element. And starting to deepen your breath, just relaxing any kind of control over the breath, just relaxing completely into this support of the earth. Letting the spine lengthen out, letting the low back lengthen. And then beginning to connect with the sense of nourishment of water element. Feeling how the breath fills you from the base of the pelvis all the way up to the pit of your throat. And emptying completely and naturally, feeling the belly soften back towards the spine. And connecting with a sense of warmth and enthusiasm of fire element, feeling that sense of upliftment. And just feeling the sensations in your whole body, feeling the whole shape of your body sitting here. And the sensations of the air against your skin and your clothing against your skin. Then I'm going to make the sound Om 3 times, bringing the palms of your hands together in front of the heart. Good. And when you feel ready, go ahead and open the eyes again. And if you find that it's hard for you to sit with your back straight, then it's a good idea to keep a blanket or a cushion under your hips for this sequence, because we're going to be sitting with our legs straight out in front of us. So if that's hard for you, if you feel like you kind of fall into the low back when you do that, then you want to have something underneath the hips to support you. So either with or without the blanket or cushion, we're going to stretch the legs out straight in front, lifting up nice and tall through the crown of the head. Another option, if you're feeling tight in the low back, especially right at the beginning, is to just lean back slightly onto the hands so that your back is sort of at a diagonal slightly. Make the legs as straight as you can, turn the toes up to face the ceiling, relax the shoulders. And now as you inhale, point the toes forward and fill the belly with your breath. Imagine that you're sending prana, breath energy from your navel center all the way to the tips of your toes. And then exhaling, imagine you're drawing it back to the navel center. Inhaling all the way out to the tips of your toes and exhaling all the way back to your navel center. Let's just continue that same rhythm, same movement. And moving at your own pace with the breath. So with every inhalation, pointing the toes forward, every exhalation, pulling them back towards you. Good. Now we're going to bring the toes back to pointing upwards, and then we're going to deep breath in and rotate the feet to one side towards the front of the room and then back towards you again. So inhaling as you make a circle, exhaling as you pull the toes back, inhaling as the toes come forward, exhaling as they come back. Make the circle as big as you can. Imagine you could rub the sides of your feet on the floor with each rotation. Deep, full breaths. Fill your shape with breath. Again, feeling like the breath is originating sort of in the navel center and traveling all the way out to the toes as you inhale. And now reverse the direction. And now we're going to spread the feet apart a bit and roll the feet towards each other. Inhaling, exhaling. Good. Full deep breaths. And reverse. And relax. And then just take a moment leaning back on the hands, close your eyes, and check in with your sensations. Notice the aliveness in your legs. So one of the ways that we stabilize wind element and create some regularity and rhythm in it is by connecting it to earth element. So connecting it with the legs, connecting it with your sense of stability, with your sense of groundedness and connectedness to the earth. Good. And then we're going to bring the right ankle just above the right knee, and we're going to interlace the fingers and the toes. So interlacing your left fingers together with your right toes, and try to get them really in between the toes there. Like try to get the webbing of your fingers right up against the webbing of your toes. And taking a deep breath in, and we're going to just rotate, kind of crank the ankle. In fact, this pose is called ankle cranking. So you're just rotating the ankle and use a fair bit of force. You might have some old scar tissue in your ankles that you're kind of breaking up with this movement. It's okay. Unless there's any sharp pain. If there's sharp pain, then that's an indication that something needs to be different. And then reverse the direction. And get a little bit of work in the bicep here too, which is not always so easy to find in our yoga poses. Good. And I like to give myself a little massage as well. So I kind of just press my thumbs in, especially down the center line of the foot and right underneath the ball of the foot before I switch sides, and stretch your leg out. And before you go to the other side, notice the difference between the two sides of the body. You might notice that the effect of that posture isn't limited to just the ankle. You may feel the whole right side of your body sort of opening up now. And then switching to the other side, interlacing the fingers and the toes, get that webbing really in there deep. And then first circling in one direction. And just breathing naturally, whatever pattern feels natural to you, and then reversing the direction. And then getting in there again with the fingers to open up the sole of the foot a little bit more. Good. And again, we're going to just stretch the legs out afterwards. Take a few breaths, checking with sensations. If you want to, hands can be behind you and leaning on the hands. Good. Now we're going to interlace the fingers underneath the right knee, and we're going to pull the knee in close to the chest, lifting the chest to kind of meet the knee. Drop the shoulders. Take a few deep breaths here and notice how it really expands into the lower back. Filling the belly and pressing the belly against the thigh as you breathe. Lifting tall through the top of the head. And then inhale, exhale, lengthen the leg out. Inhale, pull it in. Exhale, out. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now we're going to inhale, pull the knee in, and then we're going to stretch the leg up. Exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Good. And as always, just taking a moment to notice the difference between the two sides before continuing on to the next side. Good. And then other side. Inhaling, dropping the shoulders, lifting the chest. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. Good. And then inhaling, straighten the leg up, exhale down. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Two more. And relax. Good. And again, checking in with your sensations. Great. So now you're going to come to, again, a comfortable seated position, just like we started out in. So if you want to get your prop, if you've got one back in here, you can just sit on that. We're going to work with the arms, with the channels of the arms and wrists and hands. So the first thing we're going to do is make Vajra fist. You're going to put your thumb inside your other fingers and wrap your fingers around. And then stretch your arms out nice and long. Drop the shoulders and kind of pull the shoulders back a little bit so they're back in line with your back. And then we're going to make nice big circles with the wrists. So as if you could pull your knuckles in, almost like you could wish you could touch the inside of your wrists with your knuckles, making really strong circles, breathing naturally. Good, and then reverse the direction. Good, and then turning the palms to face the ceiling. Inhale, exhale, touch the shoulders. Inhale, stretch the arms out. And again, just like with the legs, I want you to imagine that you're filling the arms with your breath so that as you inhale, the prana travels from the navel center out to the fingertips. Inhaling out to fingertips, exhaling back into center. Inhale and exhale. Good. And then we're going to relax the arms down for a moment. And check the sensations. Really notice the changes that are happening in the body after each pose, after each sequence of poses. Once again, stretch the arms out with the palms up. Inhale, exhale. Now bring the elbows out to the sides. Inhale and exhale. You may notice it feels really different doing this movement to the sides rather than directly in front of you. Just noticing the difference in sensations, inhaling, exhaling. And as we did in all of our other practices, earth, water, fire, we want to always be in touch with our sensations: hot, cold, heavy, light, wet, and dry. Filling all the way out to the fingertips with your inhalations. 2 more. Good. And then relax the arms down again for a moment, checking sensations. And then we're going to bring all of the fingertips together like little bird beaks, and we're going to touch the tips of the shoulders, and then bring the elbow tips together and make circles with the elbows, big circles, as big as you can. And then reverse. Good. Relax the arms down. And we're going to inhale, shrug the shoulders up and lift the head. Exhale, drop the shoulders. Inhale, exhale. And you can kind of let out the breath in a sharp exhalation. Two more. Checking sensations. And then dropping the chin towards the chest and making circles with the neck. And reverse. And then moving props and blankets and cushions and anything else out of the way and coming down onto your back for Shavasana. Taking a few moments to just make any adjustments that you need to make, maybe lifting your shoulders and placing them back down, lifting your head and placing it back down, letting the feet roll out to the sides. Take a deep breath into the belly. Let it out with a nice big sigh. Relaxing the body, whole body relaxed over the floor. Letting your mind and your heart and your body become open like space. Hosting anything that stirs within that, any movement within that is just arising and passing away again. You're not holding on to anything. You're not pushing anything away. Just letting everything be as it is. Feeling the support of the earth and the spaciousness of hosting. Letting go of any control, even control over the breath. Just let the breath be how it is. Maybe it's shallow right now, that's fine. continuing to lie still and quiet as I chant for you our offering prayer, making an offering of our practice to all beings in all times and spaces. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om. Namaste, and thank you so much for practicing.